Welcome back to Reynolds Acres Family Farms, guys. I want to start off by saying yesterday was a really busy day. Went to an auction in the morning and then got us some cool stuff, early Christmas presents, if I had to say. Then came home and forgot to charge the drone and camera batteries, so I didn't get to record it, but got this field over here finished up combining. So we're ready to move across the bridge and start combining over there. But first, let's run over to the main yard and I'll show you what kind of stuff we picked up at this auction. We got some new toys that I think will definitely be a good benefit to the farm. So we got, let's see here. As you can see, we got a second combine. Got a John Deere 8820 and a 1243 corn head. Picked that package up for $12,000. And then for $113,000, we picked up the 1775 NT planter. It's a little bit bigger than our Kinsey, but it ought to do the trick to get our crop in the ground and help us be more efficient. So looks like we got some pretty good gifts this year. I think what our next step is going to be to get everything saddled up, move across the bridge, probably get this planter put in the barn and get hooked up to the fertilizer box and start getting some lime spread. That'll be a tricky situation though, because we only have the one semi, so we might have to wait on the lime, but we'll get these guys moved across the road and start getting corn finished up over there. We'll be back with you once we get over there. Alright, so we got everyone over here, waiting on the neighbor and his boy to get over here. They're going to run the 9610 and the grain cart, probably starting down over there. And then I'm going to hop in the 8820 and do this field here. And we'll just see how the day goes, and we'll go from there. Get back with you when they get over here. Alright, so we went ahead and got them all running. They're all ready to go. We moved the semi down here on the road, and we're going to take off on this piece here just off to the left and start getting it combined while they're working that piece. I'm going to end up being the truck driver and the operator for the 8820 today, so it'll be a busy day, but it ought to work out. So we're going to get everything kind of set up here, and need to go through and make sure all the settings are right on this combine, and we'll get back with you once we get ready to start running some corn through it. Alright, I think we're ready to start running. So we're going to fire her up and get going. Looks like she's running really good. I like how that chopper's really shredding the stuff up. I think this is going to be a good combine. I can tell you right now it's not as bouncy as the 9610 is that we have there with the 12 row on it. I might honestly look for another one of these to replace the 9610. Hell, we could get two of these for the cost of that 9610 and that head, so we might look into doing that next summer or spring or something along there. I mean, with 3 combines we could run some custom harvest on wheat or something like that and get make some extra money that way. Looks like we're doing a nice job though. I mean, can't really complain about how it's looking. The one thing I forgot to mention is this thing does have auto steer in it, so We're gonna have to get that set up here. Oh man, the auto steers are dreaming it. I don't know what it costs to add that feature to this combine, but looks like this combine's running pretty good. So we're gonna run him around, see how far we can make it. The only other bad thing is, I think I told the grain cart to just stay over there, so we're gonna be unloading on the truck on our own. So it's gonna be kind of cumbersome to get everything done here, but we ought to be close to finishing up about the same time they are. They got a lot of little waterway figures and stuff to work around, so we should be able to knock out both these patches today and finish up corn harvest. I really wish I could find someone else to work with us on here. That way I could just be a truck driver or whatnot. I didn't realize how much business side there was to running this farm whenever I started it. Man, there's a lot of work just to keep everything running, keep seed and the fertilizer, fuel and all that all bought. It's just a lot of work. Looks like we're full there, so we're gonna have to jump out of the corn, run back to where we came from, and not down on the semis. So I've heard that they make a bend extension. We'll probably get one of those over the summer, put it on before next harvest, because I'm really thinking about running 3 of these next year, seeing how fast we can get harvest done. We're gonna have to do some funny stuff here to get this dumped on. Looks like, because they haven't quite got 2 rounds off and we haven't made it all the way around to be able to dump on this side of the truck yet, so we'll just dump on the back of it, I guess. Looks like they're over there by the water, getting into those waterway fingers, so they're making pretty good progress. But if we're going to be running 3 combines, we're probably going to need to invest in another grain cart, honestly, just because I don't think the one will keep up with 3 combines. It might, but it'll be tough. One thing I don't like about it is how slow the unload auger is. I wish I had a bigger auger in it, but beggars can't be choosers. I wanted to get a second combine and the deal came up, so went ahead and bought it. No, we're almost empty, so I think what we're gonna do is actually go down, come back up this side, and start working our way back up this way. We'll have to use that auto steer line though, so we don't have odd rows in the middle, I think. Get our auger folded in. Doesn't look like we're even going to be taking a full pass with this auto steer line, but it ought to work. I do think the 9610 though does go like 7 mile an hour in corn, where this one's only able to run 6, so it is a little bit slower, but I mean, I think it's all okay. Get lined up on this track to be able to keep our rows even. It does appear we are off a row though. That might be that this mod is actually a row crop ready mod, so we're gonna have to play this game of trying to keep everything lined up with it. So we'll just see what happens. Combine this row out of it. Then we'll dump on the semi before we make the long pass down, because I think the next pass is going to go all the way to the road, that looked like, so we'll have to empty out before we do that, and then we'll be running. I do think there is a little patch that I'm going to run over and hit in that other field once they get it opened up to the point where I can get back in there. Once we get over here to the semi, we'll see whereabouts they're at. Looks like he's cutting out a way for the grain cart to get over to him, so. We'll dump this on there. Start jumping into our long rows, it looks like. Yeah, he's full, so. We'll just have to keep working. I don't even know if these 8820s will be able to unload on the go and keep up. Looks like we're picking it all up on this pass. It might have just been a fluke deal. We'll see when we come back if it was or not. So it is kind of weird being offset from the feeder house though. All in all, I'm kind of liking having a second combine because we're definitely knocking down acres pretty quick, so. But I think with the new planter setup, it would allow us to be able to run like wheat harvest, do some custom wheat harvest or something like that. In the spring after we get done planting, I think we'll have more than enough time to start running wheat harvest for people. And with 2 combines, we ought to be able to knock our harvest out pretty quick next year and be able to do some custom corn and soybean harvesting. So we'll just have to see what the year plays out as, but I'm probably going to list the 9610 for sale, and we'll run 3 8820s as custom harvest crew. Be cool to get like combine trailers and all that set up to where we can haul across the area and make some big money. We're gonna take a couple headlands off of this end here, get this field really opened up. Where we can have some nice running. Then we might pull up the drone and take some video footage while we're running. I am just going to kind of clean up this here. And we're going to pick our way back towards the combine. Or towards the semi, and then we're going to fill up here pretty quick. We ain't gonna make it all the way, but we'll at least get full here. And we're full there, so we'll shut off the combine. I haven't made the decision if we're gonna work up our corn stubble before we plant or not yet. I'm kind of thinking about just planting into it because I think that'll be the most beneficial. The only downside to the new planters, it doesn't have liquid fertilizer on it, so we will have to come back through and spray when we plant corn with it. So, but that's not a big deal. At least for next year, we could probably leave it just on beans, and that way we can not have to worry about spraying, because I know the Kinsey has liquid on it. We're going to let him get unloaded. I'm going to make some phone calls. We're going to see what we can do. We'll get back with you guys here after a little while. Alright, we're back to combine, and the semi had gotten full, so we ran it over to the bins, got it stuff in, got the dryer running. Hopefully the dryer won't run out of corn today, and we won't have to keep restarting it, but with 2 combines, we should be able to keep that dryer pretty full, so just have to keep combining. His other boy came over, so his older boy's running the 9610, and his younger boy's running the grain cart, and then he's running the truck backing over and forth to the farm. So we ought to be able to keep rolling pretty good today now and get everything combined over here, and then we'll be done with harvest. Hopefully we can wrap up corn here today, and then start getting to work on lime. Might be the next episode before we get to work in lime, but we got a lot of acres of lime to cover, and it's going to be a lot to get done. But I think we can get it all done before the first of the year. I'd like to be able to start hauling corn in January, maybe December. Just depends what prices are doing. Looks like they're full again already. He's taken off there to go back to the bins, so we're making some pretty good headway here, getting this corn out of the field. Hopefully he hurries back, because I'm getting close to being full. We gotta start marketing our corn and our soybeans and see where we're gonna haul them to. Get ready to start hauling them, because I know corn's gonna probably sell highest in January. We might hold beans back till July, because historically that's what it's shown, is July is our best sell time. But we'll just see what happens. Might not make it all the way back. That'll be okay though. I was kind of thinking through what all we'll need to start doing some custom harvest work. We're going to need at least another semi, if not 2 more. And then we're gonna probably need another grain cart. And if we upgraded 2 more 8820 combines off that 9610, that'll give us 3 12-row combines with 30-foot heads for beans and wheat. So we'll see. I'm gonna go over here and wait on the truck to get back, and we'll get back with you guys once we get back to combining. Alright, we're back at it. So we got... So far we got almost 5 acres through this combine, and I'm kind of liking it. It's not a bad little machine. It's definitely doing what we bought it to do. It's getting the corn out of the field. They're making some pretty good headway over there. They finished up their headland rounds, so they're getting ready. They're starting their back and forths. We're almost done with headlands over here, so we'll be able to start our back and forths here pretty shortly, and then we'll just see how it goes. There is a couple more auctions coming up, so I might see if we can't get some more equipment out of those. Did talk while I was waiting on the truck to get back, talked to the co-op on the phone, and they said that corn's pretty high right now, so they said, with what they said, we're probably looking about $1 million corn harvest right now, so we ought to have some pretty good money to spend. We'd definitely like to buy some more ground once we get some corn sold, so we'll probably work on see if the neighbor won't haul some corn for us once we get finished up combining, and then that way maybe we can buy another piece of ground and some more equipment, so it'll just be a little bit of time. It'd be nice once we get corn sold to pay off all our debt. That way we're going into the next crop season with no money coming out every month, and then see what extra money we have, because it would be nice to buy a couple more combines. Does look like we're gonna get in a fight this single row coming back, though. I think that's just the mod, being that this isn't row crop ready corn and we have a row crop ready head on it. I think that's the problem we're running into here, leaving this single row, which isn't a big deal. Hopefully once we get row crop corn in here, it'll help. We're gonna go dump on the truck. Then we'll start working our back and forth. So we got all our opening rounds done, so. We'll get back with you when we get back in the corn. Picking corn. Yep, that's what we got going. They're making some pretty good time. Looks like we're getting ready to send another truck over to the bins, so I got these stupid little rows that want to keep giving me fits, so we just gotta play with it this year. We'll be able to fix it next year, so. I will say for an old combine, having auto steer, the auto steer does work, keep pretty straight though, so I'm not really complaining about that. We'll see here if it'll still leave one row or if it's gonna pick them all up. It looks like we're gonna get them all on this pass. That's nice. Might not have to fight it. I'm guessing we'll be full before the truck gets back, so we'll just keep combining until we're full, and then when he gets back, we'll go dump. I will say Tired Iron did pretty good with this combine pack. The detail in it is immaculate. My buddy has a 8820, and then I used to have a 3300, and just the amount of detail and moving parts within this machine is amazing. I don't think you could ask for a much better mod. Will we make it to the end? I don't think so, but we might. It's gonna be close. Almost, but not quite. Well, once we get unloaded, we'll get back with you guys. Alright, we got unloaded over there. We're headed back up here to finish up this row and head back with it. And we're going to try and play some catch up and get this field caught up to where they're at. They're looking like they're going to be done ahead of us. So there is a little chunk in there I'm probably going to have to run over since I have the lighter combine. But we'll just see what ends up happening. Looks like we're going back to, no, just a little chunk there. No, we're leaving one row, so we're gonna have to pick that one row coming back, but oh well. It'll all work out. Well, looks like our camera batteries are getting low, so I'll catch up with you guys towards when we're wrapping up over here. Well, guys, I hopped in the grain cart for a little bit and let both boys run the combines. We're wrapping up the last couple passes here at corn, and then we'll see what our total yields were here at the end of the video once we get everything hauled over to the bins. I'll get back with you once we got everything totaled up, and we'll see how this year went for us. Well, guys, corn harvest is officially over. Finally, we finally got all our corn and all our beans out of the field. We're gonna get this dumped on the truck, and then the other combine's dumped on the grain cart, and then we're gonna get the grain cart dumped on here. We're just gonna leave the combines over here for tonight. We're gonna haul the last truck in, and then we'll leave the combines in the grain cart. We'll come back for them once we get going online. And probably gonna list this 9610 for sale. Try and find a couple more 8820s for us, or honestly we might hold off. Probably list this one for sale for sure, and then see what harvest brings, our harvest income is, because if we get a pretty good income, we might end up buying like a 660 or S660 or S760 or something. Just depends what our end of the day figures are. So that combine's low on fuel. But we'll get, I think he'll haul one more load for us tonight, and then we'll haul in the last one. But we're gonna hop over to this combine. That is the other thing I noticed. The 8820 didn't burn half as much fuel. So that's kind of why I want to upgrade the combines to 8820s. We'll get back with you guys once we're hauling that last load over. Alright, so we got the last bit of corn on here. It looks like we got another 400, almost 13 bushel. So we're gonna run over to the bins, dump it in. I think that'll be it for today. We'll get the combines and everything moved home and cleaned up, and start working on lime in the next episode, and might start hauling corn into the elevator. Alright, so we got the last bit of corn in the bins. Well, it's going into the dryer, so then it'll go to the bins, and we'll, what do we have left on fuel here? Looks like we got 312 gallons left in that barrel, 990 in the trailer, so we might, once we get some corn sold, buy up and fill our fuel barrel back up, because we're going to fill all the combines and grain cart tractor and all that once we get them everything cleaned up and get it ready to go for next year. Thank you guys again for watching. We look forward to seeing you on the next one, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.